Would you like to learn and understand cryptocurrencies in just a few minutes using my top 10 list of questions and answers about cryptocurrencies? I'm grateful you're here with me today. Would you please leave a like on this video if you find just one thing that's useful for you? If you don't find anything useful out of it, would you please leave a dislike to help me know to move in a different direction and serve you better? If you'd like more videos like this, would you please subscribe on YouTube? Here we go, the top 10 cryptocurrency questions and answers live on YouTube and Facebook. Number one, what are cryptocurrencies like Steem, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin? And therefore, why to get excited about them? What's cool? These are digital currencies just like electronic money online. Now, if you're an advanced user and you're like, oh, this is the basics, I'm going to quickly get into some advanced stuff as well. What are cryptocurrencies like Steem, Bitcoin, Ethereum? What are these? They're just like digital money online. They're created and managed by users instead of by governments. That's the big difference. So there's just entrepreneurs and companies setting servers up, running, and managing, meaning that some of these have very little real value and that some of these could pretty much instantly crash and fall apart, while others may build into massive successful communities. Like you could argue Bitcoin and Ethereum are certainly there, and I would say Steem is doing very good at that as well. Now, where the main place that you change US dollars or similar currencies back and forth, you have to use an exchange where you can trade your US dollars or euros or pounds or won or whatever it is. You can trade that back and forth. That's how the basic value gets established, by trading government issued currencies for cryptocurrencies. That's where you get all of the value. Now, if there's any big problem that comes into play with that, that's likely to cause a drastic reduction in prices. What I will show you down here are some more things that make the value really exciting. One reason digital currencies are so popular is something you might not suspect. In China, there are a lot of ultra wealthy Chinese people who have a difficult time getting their nationally earned wealth on the global market. And Bitcoin especially is allowing a lot of money from China to be able to be placed and used on the global market. That's one thing that's helped out fantastically to get the prices of all these currencies higher. Meanwhile, in places like the US, it's often pretty easy to go make some international investments. But with Bitcoin and similar currencies, it's way easier. And it's way easier to send payments. Thank you to the first 150 people watching live. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Sean, Crypto Corey, good to see you again. Colombian Dream. If you are watching live, I try and do a live video at least once a week with these, just to stay connected with you. If you're watching this after it's been recorded, hopefully would you subscribe and join us live sometime, because it's a lot of fun that way. Number two, how is the value of a cryptocurrency determined and where can I see it? I use CoinMarketCap along with CoinCap.io. So I use both CoinMarketCap and I use CoinCap.io. So what I'll show you right now, this is CoinCap.io because it's more fun. Actually, I don't even know what it, yes, it is CoinCap.io. This interface is a little bit more fun to do a live video on because there's the background on here and you can see the prices changing live. Here's how the basic value is determined. You have the total market cap, which is simply the price times the available supply. So there's 16 million Bitcoin. It's $2,441 for a Bitcoin today, July 2nd, 2017. Then the market cap for that is simply 2,443 times 16,423,312. There you get the market cap. The problem with this is that it's quite a fictitious amount, because this is the theoretical amount. If you theoretically had $40 billion, you theoretically could buy all the Bitcoin at the current price. Practically, even if you had a few $1,000,000, you trying to buy Bitcoin would put the price up. And what if a bunch of people decide they all want to sell at once, but there's not that many buyers who want to pay that? You see, the price is very unstable for these new currencies. While the Bitcoin price is $2,400 today, it's been as low since I've bought it as $170, and it's been as high as $2,900 recently. Ethereum hit almost 400 a few days ago. Now it's down to 263. So these market caps give you a good idea of the total value of a currency, because while you might look at it and say, well, Ripple's kind of worthless because it's only 24 cents for a Ripple, there's also 38 billion Ripple, meaning that Ripple actually as a collective currency has about half the value presently of Ethereum. So the amount of the currency available is a big factor in determining the total market cap. So I like to use the total market cap to get an idea of how big markets are. The other problem with this is if there's artificial mechanisms in place that cause people to, for example, earn dividends just by holding the cryptocurrency, there's this artificial buying demand because people don't want to sell. But then whenever people do want to sell, the price can just absolutely bottom out as everyone goes in to sell at once. And it makes it kind of fun also. This, to me, it makes it much more fun than trading in some other format. Now, let's scroll down here. I had this set up in a way so it didn't have this bar on the top. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that again over here. We go. So I showed you how the value is determined and where you can see it. Next, what are the most exciting reasons to become involved with digital currencies? I personally cashed out my... it's funny how I can barely scroll on a page here. I personally cashed out all of my other retirement accounts. I sold all of my stocks. I cashed out my bonds. I cashed out all the other retirement accounts I have because I think cryptocurrencies are a much better long-term investment than stocks. Stocks are as high as they've been in a long time, which is a good opportunity to go down. Meanwhile, the stock market is not likely to double, triple, or go up 10 times in value anytime soon. Finally, putting my money into stocks gives me nothing in terms of something I can do with it. For example, I have money invested in Steem right now, and when I have money invested in Steem, I can actually vote my own posts up. So I can literally vote my own posts up and pay myself money by having money invested in Steem. I think Steem's awesome because it is awesome and because I'm grateful today. I've got about $70,000 invested. I pulled all my retirement out everywhere else and dumped it into Steem, and then the price doubled, so that helped as well. So Steem actually gives back to me, whereas having money wasting away in retirement accounts hoping to earn a few percent while money managers clean out fees on it and then I have to pay tax when I withdraw it. I put everything into cryptocurrencies today because I think as an investment in a long-term opportunity, cryptocurrencies are really exciting. On top of that, cryptocurrencies have some amazing features. For example, if you are in Bulgaria and I want to send you $1,000, that's kind of difficult. You have to have a bank account that I can send an international wire transfer to, or you have to have a PayPal account I can send you to, which requires me to take money out of my bank account, put it in PayPal, send it to you. You then have to take it out of PayPal and put it in your bank account. With cryptocurrencies like Steem, for example, I could go into my Steem wallet and I could send you, now I don't have any liquid Steem in here, but if I redeemed this, let's say I took these Steem back dollars, I could send you these Steem back dollars in my wallet within 10 or 20 seconds, and you would have a hold of them, and then you could do whatever you wanted. You could buy things online, you could switch them to Bitcoin and buy something. You would have immediate spending power available the same as cash. That's why these cryptocurrencies are so cool, because they're like digital cash online. Now that is amazing. As a merchant, these cryptocurrencies are a lot better than taking credit cards and PayPal, because in case you haven't given this a try lately, it's very easily to just fraudulently claim you didn't get what you wanted from your credit card company and get a return. It's very easy if you charge something on a credit card and you're not happy with it, or even if you are happy, you can just call the credit card company up, complain, they'll give you your money back, and they'll take it away from the merchant. As a merchant, accepting Bitcoin and Steem and other cryptocurrencies is way better than credit cards. Finally, these currencies allow for protection against all kinds of things. Let's say the US government decides to print $10 billion more and give it out, and the value of the US dollar plummets. Well, if you've got it in these cryptocurrencies, you're not completely dependent on the US dollar. All of these other currencies in the world are relevant. And the communities we can make, what we can do with them is incredible. There's so many reasons to be excited about cryptocurrencies. Now, this is not purely a cryptocurrency pitch. Tordor says live, why Bulgaria? I just had a feeling I should do Bulgaria, so I did it. Now, what's the worst part about using cryptocurrencies? I've seen a lot of comments on videos about snake oil and scam. So what I try and do now is mention the worst parts. The worst thing about cryptocurrencies is the ability to lose them. So if whip out 100 and impress them, Jerry. Here, I'll whip out a 20, which, look, I've got a $20 bill here. So if I go flush that $20 bill down the toilet, rip that $20 bill up, it's gone. Cryptocurrencies have much the same property. If I go mail my $20 essentially, and I drop my $20 in the mail and I send it to the wrong address, I lose it. Now with credit cards, you can fool around and get something charged on your card and get it back. With PayPal, I bought things, I got scammed, I got my money back. You send your cryptocurrencies to the wrong place and you're done. It's gone. It's just like sending cash out. But that's not even the worst part. With cryptocurrencies, you can actually fool around. Now imagine if I had some kind of electronic lock on my wallet, some, real serious electronic lock on my wallet. Let's say I have a password that I have to get into my real wallet here. Can I do this without covering air? Let's say I have a password that I get into my wallet with. Now, if I lose that password, I'm done. That's it. There's no getting back into the wallet. It is extremely easy to lose cryptocurrency. I've lost passwords to all kinds of websites before. If I lose my Steemit account password, I will have a very hard time getting back in. Thankfully, Steemit has some built-in help and possibility with these kind of things. But if you just set up, say, an Ethereum wallet or another altcoin wallet or a Bitcoin wallet on your computer, and you fool around and lose the password to that, you're done. No one right now can help you get back into it. Now, theoretically, quantum computers in the future might be able to brute force the password. However, by then, they'll likely have greater security precautions. Will you even be able to get into your old wallet? I don't know. In the short term, if you lose access to your wallet, you're done. Because if anyone could get into your wallet, it wouldn't be secure. So one of the worst parts about cryptocurrency is the ability to lose it. I've seen several people on Steemit, lots of people on YouTube saying that they've lost money on exchanges. It's very easy to lose money on exchanges because if they don't follow through, hey, they've got your money. And from their point of view, there's nothing much you can do about it. So be careful using exchanges. Be careful. Make sure you have some kind of password system that's not so secure you're going to lose access to it. It's better to have a sloppy password system that's all over the place that someone could steal than to have one that's so strict you're likely to screw it up and lose access to it. This is one of those things that you put your secret password offline in some place you can't find it and you lose it. You've lost everything then. So there's user security, and keeping access to your cryptocurrency is one of the best parts. Now here's one. Which cryptocurrency, number 5, is the best to buy today? Why can't I keep this thing? Just hit it right about there. What cryptocurrency is the best to invest in today? Now what I'm going to try and do is give you an answer where no matter what day it is, this will still be valid. I'm reading these canned questions beforehand because these are the top 10 I consistently get. I will try and answer some questions live after I knock these at first 10 out. What cryptocurrency is the best to buy today? And here's my answer. The best cryptocurrency to buy, and this is no matter what day it is, whether it's July 2nd, 2017 or 18 or 20, the best cryptocurrency is the one we're willing to hold on to even if it goes down. If you buy into a currency and you aren't willing to hold it if it goes down, then that's a bad idea. And how do I know? Because I've done that a lot. Now, if you look at I'm tempted to trade just like everyone else. However, here's where I know I don't want to. If I buy Ethereum today, it's at 263. It's tempting to buy some Ethereum because the price was over 300 before. It seems reasonable. I could buy like $5,000 of Ethereum, put in a sell order at 350, and have a good chance for every 5,000 I put in to make something like 20 or 30% on it. I could probably do that in maybe a short period of time. Here's the thing though. If the Ethereum price decides to go down to 200 before it goes up, I really would rather not do that. You see, if I buy a 5,000 in Ethereum and the price drops 20, 30%, I really'd rather not get into that, because I did that with Bitcoin. I bought into Bitcoin starting at 600 and something, and the price went to 500, to 400, to 300, to 200, and then to 170. And let me say, that was a miserable process. I assumed the price would go up, and I kept buying in, and the price kept going down, and it was really aggravating. So my suggestion is today, based on my experience of 3 years being involved with cryptocurrencies, only buy something you're willing to hold on to with the same death grip you probably grab a hold of a partner with. You're gonna spend the rest of your life with me forever and ever and ever. We're always gonna be together. That's when you know you want to buy a cryptocurrency. If you want to buy something and happily ever after with it, then today's a good day to buy it. If you're just trying to buy something to trade it or to make money off it, that's usually going to have an unhappy end. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. I personally am all in on Steem. As I already showed you here before, I'm grateful today that, thank you to all of that you've done, all of your generosity. I have 40,000 Steem today that's in Steem Power, which, with the price having went down a lot lately, is currently worth 70,000 today. I think this much Steem will soon be worth 400,000. I also am willing to ride this thing on down. If the price drops, I bought most of my Steem anywhere from 80 cents to $1.30. If the Steem price goes down 99%, that means if it goes down, just take 1% of this. So if the Steem price drops down and what I have is worth $700, I'm still planning to hold on to it. I think this is an outstanding community, and I don't need to sell. This is my retirement plan. So if it drops 99%, I'm going to buy some more. Because hell, if it drops 99%, I can double my money for $700. And then if it goes back up, I'll have a lot. So I think Steem, out of all these currencies, I personally have invested in Steem. You can look anytime at exactly what Steem I have to keep me accountable. Because yes, if you watch some of my other videos, yes, I bought another altcoin. I pumped it. And my videos are still pumping it today, even though I think it sucks now and I dumped it. So yes, I pumped, and I'm not even saying which one it is anymore. You can look and see for yourself if you want. You can check how much Steem I have today by going in and looking at my wallet anytime you want to. I think Steem is the best one to buy today. If the price goes below $1, I'm going to buy some more. With 40,000 Steem, I think I've got enough for today. But if the price drops lower and lower, I'm going to buy more. I think the price will be $10 for Steem relatively soon, within a few months, because Steem, the social network on Steem is just incredible. You look, I mean, I actually get paid to make posts. No one else has ever cared to help me make money making posts. So if you look, I've made all these posts on Steem and they actually earn money, which is incredible. And I'm not the only one. There's lots of people. You check the trending today, you will see there's lots of other people that are earning money on Steem. I haven't even had time to look at most of these today. And these are brand new posts. These are lots of people that are earning money on Steem today. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this community. I personally have invested in Steem. However, I realize you may or may not, that may or may not be the right thing to you. So the bottom line is to buy something that you'll hold if it goes down. Something that you're willing to be. This is the same thing for relationships. If you're wanting to be in a romantic relationship, you should be with someone who you're willing to go through their hard times with. You want to be with someone who, when they have a bad day, you're not immediately going to start divorce proceedings or move out of the house or murder them or whatever it is you do when things don't go your way. The idea is to pick a currency that you love and that you want to be a part of. And I realize it may not always be smooth. It may not always be smooth. I got into a bad relationship with another cryptocurrency, and I left the community, but I felt the community was abusive, and I left it. So you may not get it right the first time, but then that goes into the next thing: when to sell a cryptocurrency. Before Steem, I was all in on another currency. I bought in when the price was real low. The price was a fraction of what it is today. And I went wandering into that cryptocurrency with a ton of enthusiasm and excitement. Hi, look, I'm here. Let's do this. Let's grow this currency together. And I got a lot of negative feedback. This is just crap what you've suggested here. We don't want this. We don't need you. We don't like what you've shared. We already have someone else. And I got a lot of nice feedback too. But the thing is, at one point, I started looking at the price and realizing that if it goes up more, it's not bringing me any joy. That I actually felt dirty making money off of something I didn't believe in anymore. And therefore, the right thing to do was to sell. So to me, the reason to buy is because you love that currency and you want to be a part of it. The reason to sell is because you don't want to be a part of that community anymore. And I sold, even though the price more than doubled after I sold it. I feel better about missing out on the profits because I don't care about that community and currency anymore. The same thing, I think this goes no matter what you're invested in. And I will stop to say thank you very much to Pesandaki Bene for the $2 Euro Super Chat. Thank you very much for the $2 Euro Super Chat during the YouTube video. I thank you very much. I appreciate that. And now I lost my train of thought. When to sell a cryptocurrency. It's almost like breaking up in a relationship. If you're in a relationship where you're not loved and appreciated, there's someone else out there who you'd probably do a better job with, and there's someone else who'd probably do a better job filling your shoes. So to me, a cryptocurrency is almost like a marriage. You pick one you love, you wrap your arms around it, and hey, if you pick the wrong one to get started, you might need to divorce that cryptocurrency and find another one. I know in dating, it took a lot of trial and error dating before I found my wife. And now I'm committed. I'm grateful I've been married 4 years. And I look at cryptocurrency like that too. I'm essentially married to Steem. And I'm not fooling around with the other currencies except as I need to use them currently to withdraw Steem to US dollars. So I think the time to sell is when you're not making, when your investment doesn't mean anything anymore. And that's why I sold my retirement. All the retirement I'd made over several years, I sold all my stocks, I sold all my bonds because I had no passion in it. I had no passion in it. I don't care. I didn't care if the price of Google or Facebook went up more. And I didn't even feel good. Well, so what? The price of Google went up and I made a few $100s. So what? I didn't contribute to that. I think the primary purpose of investing is to do some good, to contribute, to give to others. And if the money I'm investing is not bringing me joy, then it's time to sell that. And it's time to sell that and put the money somewhere else. Just putting money into a boring retirement portfolio we don't care about is one of the worst things in the world we can do. That's one of the greatest contributions to evil on the planet, essentially, is to blindly give the money we work so hard for to causes we don't care about, that then help other people go do jobs they don't care about, or they just collect a paycheck. To me, one of the biggest evils on earth is good people going to work and doing a boring job that there's no passion in. That's how all these mindless things get done. All these trees and environments and rainforest gets cut down because good people go to work and do what they're told and don't question whether this is worth doing, don't care whether they enjoy their job. They just want to get a paycheck and provide for their family. I think as investors, it's our responsibility to put our money into things we care about and we love, and not to just invest in things just to try and make money off of them. So that's how I know when to sell. And if someday I did decide to sell Steem, the only way I would decide to do that is because I no longer wanted to be a part of the community. If I essentially wanted to close my account and not be a part of the community anymore. And I hope that never happens. I've been a user on Facebook 12 years, and I hope Steem will be around longer than that. So this takes us to number 7. If you've decided you want to buy or sell a cryptocurrency, if you've decided you want to be involved, where are the best websites to use for changing fiat like US dollars and other digital currencies over to how do you, all right, I'm trying to do two things at once. What websites do you use to change US dollars, euros, fiat currencies into things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin? So the favorite I have out of these, the main one I use is Coinbase. And I'm bringing it up here in another window. So the main one I use is Coinbase because Coinbase allows me to quickly transfer back and forth directly to my bank account. So I'll show you Coinbase here. This is Coinbase. This is the main website I use to change fiat back and forth. So you can see my transactions here recently. And there's Ethereum transaction delays. So what I've been doing is using Litecoin recently. So what I do, I have US dollars. I buy back and forth between Litecoin and US dollars. So for example, I earn Steem on Steemit. I make posts on Steemit, as I showed you before. I make posts on Steemit. I earn money from those. And then to get this into my bank account, I use Coinbase.com because it works. It works well. I then also use Bitrex. So I'll show you that too. So I use, and this kind of covers the next two at once. So I've got to use, let's see. All right, so I'm firing up Bitrex. So I essentially use Bitrex and Coinbase together. So when I earn money from Steem or Steemit, so I got my windows all screwed up now. All right, so I'll pull all these over here together. So here's how this works. So I make money, I post on Steemit, which I'm very grateful that I earn money getting to post, just to post on Steemit. That's why I think Steemit is so incredible. You get paid just to post. I mean, it's amazing. It pays way more than YouTube does, even with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's unbelievable. Although a guy with like a lot of subs came on and can't hardly earn anything and gets mad about it. So I guess there's different opportunities for everyone. So I get paid Steem and Steem dollars. Nice, I just got a payment for a post I authored a week ago. So what I do then, I want that in my Coinbase wallet, because in my Coinbase wallet, I can directly withdraw this to my bank account. So I can take the US dollars out of my Coinbase wallet and stick that in my bank account, and it will be there in about 2 days for free, no fees or anything. So what I do is I make the transactions back and forth with Bitrex. So I send the Steem dollars over to Bitrex. I sell them to Bitcoin. I buy Litecoin because that's the very fastest. Litecoin, right now there have been Ethereum transaction delays, and Bitcoin has been really slow also. So I've been using Litecoin. I send my Steem dollars to Bitrex. I change it into Bitcoin. I buy Litecoin with Bitcoin. I then send my Litecoin to Coinbase and convert that to US dollars, and then I can put it in my bank account. Now, currently, you can see this is a fairly challenging process in terms of, yes, I need a Coinbase account, and then I have a Bitrex account, and then I have my Steem account. So the big opportunity is if a website like Coinbase, there's also bitstamp.net works good as well. That's my second option. If you've got a website like Coinbase or Bitstamp, if they add Steem in the future, which I think Steem will be one of the more lucrative ones to add in the future, then the price of Steem is likely to just blow up, double or triple just from that one thing happening. So I think that's a good thing for Steem. But the idea is, the longer these currencies are out, the more established they get, it'll continue to be easier to change them directly back and forth to US dollars. You can also use other tools to change it back and forth, but this is one of the big barriers that prevent a lot of people getting involved. It's not simple and straightforward. I literally just told you 3 different accounts to sign up for in order to be able to do this. A Steem account, a Coinbase account, and a Bitrex account. Now, there's other ways you can do it, but this is how I do it to get the very lowest price. If you'd like to join Coinbase, I'm grateful they've given me 321 $10 referral fees. If you put $100 on Coinbase, they will give you $10 and me $10. I've got a link included. I'm grateful if you choose to use that. And so I just answered questions 7 and 8. Bitrex.com is what's working best to buy altcoins today. This is where I bought most all of my Steem. And I bought Steem when the Bitcoin price was lower. And I bought Steem at about 55 or so. I mean, I can go look at the actual transactions. I don't even have to guess. So you can see the actual rate I bought in on my Steem on June 19th. I bought in a few Steem, but I mostly bought Steem in May and June. And then I bought it as low as 34 to a Bitcoin. So that was really sweet. So I bought that. I've used Bitrex to buy into my Steem here. It sounds like my daughter's home and about ready for a nap. Poloniex, I've been using Poloniex. However, recently, Poloniex, there are stories and stories and stories that I trust from people just like you watching that where Poloniex has not finished withdrawals, where there have been all kinds of problems depositing, lost deposits, the trades, and then the withdrawals not going through. Poloniex, I have stopped using Poloniex until I start seeing from people. For example, there's a Steemit user, Sweet Jess. She told me how she's had a bunch of withdrawals that have not went through from Poloniex. I've seen lots of other comments, exact same thing. Poloniex withdrawals not going through. I think Poloniex is on the verge of a collapse, or they're on the verge of a rebirth. They're going to launch a new website with greater improvement. I do not use Poloniex anymore because I don't want to get one of my withdrawals stuck awaiting approval for months. And that seems to be happening to a lot of users. And the worst part is Poloniex is not publicly acknowledging it. If they just sit there and say, yes, we have 100 or 1,000 Bitcoin awaiting withdrawal right now that we haven't processed for this reason, then that would be one thing. But I haven't seen any public acknowledgement of what a lot of users are claiming are significant amounts of withdrawals that are not going through. So I currently am not using Poloniex as of June 2nd, 2017. And I will not go back to using Poloniex until they start fixing relationships with other users. Bitrex, and they have not personally verified my account after weeks. I submitted a request weeks ago. They have still not verified it. Thank you for asking about Poloniex. So I do not use Poloniex anymore. Now, the last two questions here. When is the right time to invest? The ideal strategy to me seems to be to invest consistently over time because it minimizes the risk of volatile prices. For example, with buying into Steem, I jumped on Steem at $1.20 or $1.30 for fear of missing out. I wanted to get in. I thought the price is going to break. I don't want to. And I bought in. I could have bought a lot more Steem if I'd have more patiently bought in over time. And if the price drops below $1 again, I will be buying some more with what you saw in my Coinbase account. The idea is you minimize your risk. You see the prices are so volatile from day to day on some of these currencies that if you just buy a little bit every day, you're minimizing the risk, but you're also minimizing the potential reward. So if based on the data, you think today a certain currency is a really good buy, like Steem has been as high as almost $3 recently, so it's down quite a bit from what it's been over the last month. If you look at the Steem price and you say, yes, I'm going in today, today's the right time, I'm just going to buy in, then you might get a really good value. It might go up to $3 and never come back down to $1.57. You might look really smart. At the same time, if you put everything you've got in today and the price tomorrow drops 10% and the next day and in a month the price is down 50%, then you'd have wished you bought in steadily over time. I think the ideal strategy is to invest a little bit at a time because especially if you're getting started with something, that'll allow you to capitalize if it grows, and it'll allow you to not take too much risk if it drops. So let's say the Steem price drops over the next month and then goes up. If you buy a little bit every day or every week, then you'll continue to get a better and better, more Steem for whatever you pay. Then if the price goes up, you'll make money on all the Steem you bought, and you'll be excited to continue buying in at a higher price. Now, I'm grateful. I'm earning a lot from author rewards right now on Steemit. So with these posts I'm making, I'm already getting lots of Steem every day. In fact, most of the Steem in my wallet I've earned since I joined Steem just by posting, which I'm extremely grateful for. I'm cashing out the Steem dollars I get because then if the Steem price goes lower in the future, I can buy in more Steem. If the Steem price goes higher, I've already got plenty of Steem. So I'm currently reinvesting in Steem almost every day using the rewards. So this 67 Steem power, this is an investment going back into my wallet from a post I made. So I currently am practicing this exact strategy. I'm reinvesting more in Steem every single day just by being an author on Steem. So that's what I think is outstanding. If you're really excited about Steem or any other currency, I think the best strategy is just to buy in a little bit every day, because then there's no huge risk. If you screw up the transaction, if the price goes down, if you only put in, let's say, 1% to 5% of what you can afford to invest, even if it's something like you've got $1,000 you want to put in, if you buy in for $10 or $20 or $50, it's not a big deal if something goes wrong. If you then steadily put in 50 more, 100 more here, then over time you'll get a less risk of the price going down, but you do risk the price going up then, especially maybe, I think in the short term though, the prices are not likely to spike a whole bunch more in the short term. So I think now it's nice to buy in slowly while the prices are potentially high. Unless it's Steem, I think Steem could be a good one to dump all in on right away. The price might go back up to $3 or $4 relatively soon. Finally, how about day trading crypto? I've left this to the end for those of you who've stuck with me and who are really smart and think you're up for trading crypto and who might already be day trading crypto. While the profits are possible trading cryptocurrencies, and I don't even know what just happened. What just happened? All right, I lost that. We're going back to that now. How about day trading crypto? While the profits are possible trading cryptocurrencies, so are the losses. Now, if you're like me, you jumped into trading crypto thinking I'm probably a bit smarter than everyone else. I sure thought I was. When I started buying into Bitcoin in 2014, I was right. The price was 600 for a Bitcoin. I said, this is going to be way higher in the future, and I started buying in. I was right. And I bought in. And I managed to lose $5,000 somehow being right. You're like, no, that's just because you're stupid. I bought in and I said the Bitcoin price is 600. It's going to be way higher. And I was right. And then it dropped to 500. And I said it's going to be higher. And I was still right. And it dropped. And I kept buying in. Finally, I had 30 or 40 Bitcoin when the price was $170. And I couldn't take it anymore. I said, this is stupid. I've lost so much money already. And I sold all the Bitcoin I had for, as soon as it went up to over 200 again, I sold all the Bitcoin I had for about a tenth of what it's worth today. You see, I was right. The price of Bitcoin was going to go up. I was also impatient. I want the price to go up now. Damn it, now. I don't want it to go up in 2 years. I want it to go up now. You see, just trying to trade, even if you are right, you can end up losing your money. Let's say you think Ethereum is going to be $1,000 someday and you buy in today and you're like, it's going to be $1,000 someday. What if it's $1,000 in 3 years? What if in the meantime, it goes down to $100 and down to $50 before it goes up to $1,000? Are you up for that trip with it? The problem with day trading is it's too easy also to get lucky. I bet there's at least 10 or 20 people watching who've got lucky, who've bought into something, it blew up in value, they sold it, and now guess what? You are an established, proven day trader. You know what you're doing. You're probably smart enough to invest even more and even more. I read a book called What I Learned Losing $1 Million Investing in the Stock Market. And what the guy did, he was right. He kept winning. He kept making money. And he didn't get some bad luck until he lost $1 million at once. I'm lucky. As soon as I started trying to trade, I got penalized. The trading system, if you are not aware of what some of the very top people in the world are doing, then you have no business day trading. Why? Because it's gambling. The odds are not in your favor. The odds are stacked against you by people who have the very best system set up in the world. The top 1% of traders who are almost guaranteed to win no matter whether prices go up or down, who make money when markets go up and make money when markets go down. If you are not aware of what they're doing, you are playing a losing game, like rolling up to the craps table, as I've done a lot of times, and I'm grateful to God I don't do anymore. You roll up to the craps table and bet on the pass line and throw the dice down. That's called gambling. And sure, it feels really good when you roll a 7 and win right away. It feels really good when you roll a 4 and then hit a 4 again and win against the odds. But the problem is, the more you play, you will lose. The odds are stacked against you. The more you day trade, you will lose unless you have some top percent system in the entire world set up. And if you don't know what other people are doing, it's very unlikely you have one yourself. For example, when I see the trading, there are people who have automated trading scripts. They will always one-up you. If you put a buy price in on something, they'll put one in automatically put one in just a little bit higher than yours. Put one in just a little bit lower than yours if you're selling. There are automated trading systems that take money out of the market in every condition and risk almost nothing. If the prices go down, it doesn't matter. It can easily sell everything. If the prices go up, make money the whole way up. In fact, even make money as things go down. Day trading is very lucrative because you can get lucky. You could buy in on Ethereum. It could double in value. You could sell it and feel really smart. But try and do that over and over again and see how things go. And see how bad you lose when you're wrong. See, it's not that you see my Coinbase account. I mean, it's tempting. I've got $6,700 in it. It's tempting to trade. Even with all that I know, it's tempting to trade. I don't do it because best case scenario, I make money and it doesn't take much time. But that's unrealistic because the more money I make, the more I want to do it. Realistically, I'll be lucky to break even and it'll take a bunch of time. What's happened to me already is it's taken a bunch of time and energy and I've lost money. So I avoid trading. That's why I'm not into all the time what's the newest currency to buy or trade up and down, because this violates everything I just shared with you. For better or worse, I've been humbled and I see I'm not smarter than the majority of traders. In fact, I'm stupider in many ways than the majority of traders. I don't know about all these different currencies. I don't know who's developing what in the future. I can see that day trading is a really bad idea for me. Even just to fool around a little bit. You might think, well, Jerry, why don't you just buy like 10 Ethereum right now? Just buy it and hold it, you know? Well, what if I lose a few $100s on it? Then I'm going to want to buy more so that when it goes up, I'll make more money. Well, what if I lose more? Then I'll want to buy more. And finally, I'll get so impatient, I'll sell it at 150. You see, because I already traded Ethereum before. I had, I don't know, 30, 40, maybe 50 Ethereum in my wallet at one point when it was $10 or $15. I had a bunch of Ethereum and just sending it around didn't seem like a big deal. And guess when I sold it? I sold almost all of it when it hit 50. I figured this is crazy. It's not going to go up any more than this. Yeah, I had a lot of Ethereum and I dumped it for a pretty small profit. You see, that's why I don't trade. I'm not smarter than anyone else. In fact, if I look at, I've made a video, 10 biggest crypto mistakes I've made. I've made more bad decisions than I've made good decisions. So that's why today I just pick out the cryptocurrency I want to be an ongoing member of the community and I stick with it. Crypto trading can be profitable, you can win big, but you can also get absolutely ruined and have nothing to show for it. You see, when I'm posting on Steem, when I make all these posts on Steem, I've got something to show for it. For example, if cryptocurrencies totally crash, I've got proof that I can write. I could get a job from all this work I've done on Steemit. I make money just by doing work on Steemit. You see, if I'm sitting there day trading all the time and things don't go my way, I've got nothing to show for it. So that's why I talk about this, because it's tempting for me to just test it. You're smart, Jerry, right? You're the crypto guy on YouTube. Just try a little trade, you know? It's no big deal. Come on. So that's why I talk about this. So thank you very much for watching this. I will try and take any live questions you have now, or that you've been asking for the last hour and you're like, God, I wish he'd shut up and answer my question. So I try and do a combination on live videos of taking care of the pre-recorded audience who sees this when it's not live, which will be the majority of people, and then also make sure I honor you that have watched here live. So thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video so far, would you please leave a like on it to help inspire me to do more videos like it? And if you'd prefer to read, would you go over to Steemit, because I actually posted this first on Steemit, and there's a lot of things I post even before I put them up on YouTube and Facebook on Steemit. On Facebook, Dean says Steem is good if you have thousands of people following. It's an electronic MLM, multi-level marketing. The developer noticed this is trading now on Bitfinex. Interesting. So on Steem, you can actually make some pretty good money on Steem, even if you have no following. And I'll show you my friend Albert on here, if I can hit the right window on this. So my friend Albert has, I mean, I don't think he'd tell you he has like a huge following online or anything. And Albert is able to earn, he earns, just because I upvote his posts, he earns $10 or $15 on every single post. He has people reading them. Albert came on to Steem with almost no following, and he's gotten hundreds of followers, some of which have been referred by my posts, some of which have been referred by his own videos, and some of which he's done just by posting on Steem. Steem is an outstanding, it's just a blogging platform, a social media website, basically. So yes, if you already have a following online, sure, Steem is likely to work better. And that's, however, it loaded right there is interesting. It didn't even load the newest couple of posts. There we go. So yes, if you've already got followers, it does work better. But I've seen users earning thousands of dollars on Steem and I've got case studies posted on my University of Jerry Banfield. I've got a course called Earn Steem with Steemit. I've got case studies in that course of users who had absolutely or almost no following online, who've earned thousands of dollars, hundreds for some, a few thousands of dollars just by posting on Steemit. It's easy to just dismiss things and classify them with contempt prior to investigation, to just take a quick look at something and say, oh, that's a scam, or oh, that's MLM. If you really take a deeper look into something, you'll find a lot of things are great opportunities. And a lot of things aren't as simple to categorize as just to throw it into, that's a scam, or that's MLM, or that can be a valid point, but at the same time, is it helpful to go around and say how everything's a scam in life? Or is it helpful to take a look at things and then get more of a deeper viewpoint, even if it is a scam? One of the best things that's happened to me online looked like a scam. Some instructor posted a course saying how he's making $1,000 a day on the same website where I could barely make a profit teaching courses. I took his course, even though it looked like a total scam because his previous courses were terrible. He posts this course, how I'm making $1,000 a day teaching on this website. I take his course. I look at exactly what he's doing. I do the same thing, except I improve on it and combine it with online ads. I was soon making over $1,000 a day, as much as $2,000+ a day for me, $3,000 or $4,000 a day in sales, doing exactly what he showed how to do. Even though it looked like a scam, once I learned about what he was doing, I saw he was providing genuine value. He simply showed what he was doing. I repeated it, and like him, he got banned from the website, or it seems like he did. I got banned from the website, so it worked so well that I got banned from the website after earning $600,000. So some things are a scam. They provide no true value. Lots of things, if you look deeper, they may provide a lot of value, even though they look on the surface like they're no good. That's why people ask, what do you think about this particular coin? I don't offer my specific opinion about most coins because I realize I don't know enough to even open my mouth about it. Like Lisk, I've seen lots of good posts on how awesome it is. I don't know enough to even give any kind of a valid opinion on it. So today I'm not so quick to just give an opinion on something I have no experience about. Well, you made that course about mining. Well, I'm doing it. So if I'm doing something, I'll give you an opinion on it. I don't know enough about most of these other currencies to specifically give an opinion about them, though, because I'm not using them. I'm not a part of the community. How the hell would I know what the real value of it is? So I appreciate the comment. I will try and answer some more comments now. Mark B says, thoughts on Dash. I've got a lot of thoughts on Dash. I will summarize with what I did. I sold my masternode when Dash was worth $87, meaning I sold my masternode for $87,000 after purchasing it for $11,000. Extremely grateful for the profit, and I think my actions speak for themselves. I sold my masternode, even though I could see it might go up a lot in profit. I sold it anyway because I had no desire to continue being a member of the Dash community. And there, and I hope my actions clearly communicate how I feel about Dash. Thank you, Dean. I still love you as well. That was a very good point to bring up, because I think a lot of people watching are thinking the same thing as you, and I appreciate you actually saying it. I think Athena, which I think is NAS, from what else did I buy on Bitrex? I originally bought Pivx on Bitrex at $1.20, so I could have doubled my money on Pivx as well. But I sold Pivx because I realized a lot of the limitations of Dash also applied to Pivx. And given my experience with the Dash community, I thought it only seemed reasonable not to essentially repeat the same thing with Pivx. Pivx has a lot in common with Dash. I believe it was founded by a split off from Dash. So some Dash developers left and formed Pivx to make a better version of Dash. And that's what I bought right before I bought Steem. I realized that I had a friend invite me to Steem. See, no one invited me to come do Pivx. And I realized, given how important community is for cryptocurrency, it's better to go somewhere you've been invited than to just, like I did with Dash, I just kind of blustered in the Dash community. Here I am, here's what I want to do. I was invited to join Steem. And I think it's better to, if a friend has invited you to get involved with some cryptocurrency, that might be a better opportunity than to just blasting into one on your own without knowing anyone there. Thank you. Crypto Corey says I did good on my masternode. I found the Pivx community was very welcoming, and if it wasn't for Steem existing, I would have invested in Pivx next. It has some outstanding features. It essentially is a much improved version of Dash, which to me, that also highlights one of the challenges with cryptocurrency investing. If you're just investing for features, then any currency can come along and make better features. So some of the things that make Dash so hyped up, Pivx, a team split off from Dash and made a better version of Dash. I think it stands for Private Instant Verified Transaction. So they've made essentially an improved version of Dash. The nice thing with Steem, it's not something that can just be easily copied. Even if the exact currency changes or whatnot, it still is not something that will just be copied in the sense of there's 200,000+ active users on Steem. If you try and copy Steem, getting 200,000 user signups who are active and post on the website is very difficult. So I think for investing in a cryptocurrency, it's one to find it. You want a community. That's why Bitcoin is the top. The amount of people who talk and participate in Bitcoin is incredible. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum has a gigantic community, all kinds of interaction, participation online. To me, the most overvalued currencies are the ones that are just speculated on features that have very little actual community. Here's the comment from YouTube. This guy's a scam. Stop making videos. You're a total scam. Stop making videos. You're a total scam. Well, everyone has a right to their opinion. What I try and do each day is provide information that's useful and helpful. And yes, I provide most of the information for free, but I do charge for some of it. I have a website that I'm extremely grateful for the thousands of students who've signed up on it on the universityofjerrybanfield.com. if I can figure out how to move this over here. Well, I'm extremely grateful for if you've joined us on the universityofjerrybanfield.com, where yes, I do sell courses. I don't give absolutely everything I know away for free, but yes, I do sell courses. And yes, it does make some people mad that I sell courses on my website. Some people have a valid, sure, you could say my courses are a scam. I put things together that are freely available. You could go find them online yourself. I put them together. I film video courses about them, and then I sell those video courses for hundreds of dollars on my website. If that qualifies as a scam to you, that I take information that's freely available, you could sit there and do your own research and find the same thing and put that into a course, sure. Do I make courses just by literally screen capturing what I see in my dashboard? Like this Think of It course shows how I teach online. I basically just do a vlog through my first month on Think of It. Sure. Do I do other things? Like I made a cryptocurrency investment course where I basically, if you paid for it, I told you what I was going to invest in before I told everyone else in. If you followed the course immediately, you might have been able to double your money out of it within a few weeks if you immediately sold. Yes, I do that. And I'm okay with that. So I've learned today, if I'm okay with what I do, that's all that matters. And if you think if people think, wow, that is cool, the power went off, I'm still rolling, baby. We are still online. I've got battery backup. That is so sweet. So I'm okay if on every single video, 5 or 10 people say what I do is a scam, that's fine. Because I feel good about what I do. I show up and try and be of loving service each day. And the problem is, the more followers that any of us get online, it's harder to do a good job for everyone. So that's part of the problem. You might look and say, oh, I wish you had as many followers as you did, Jerry. I wish. With as many followers as I have online, the fact is that I do a poor job of serving at least 10% of them. There are people following who get pissed off at every single video I make. So that's quite humbling, and it helps me to see that I'm not... Someone said, that Jerry Banfield guy's a massive ego. All the people who say what I do is a scam and it sucks and I'm a liar and I'm a cheat, that helps me to feel like an ordinary person. I'm not better than everyone else. I'm not worse than anyone else either. So, yeah, Alex, man, he said, you make money, people pay for it. Not your fault. There we go. Let's see. Is scam the name of the coin? I appreciate every single chat comment, because the main thing that helps people, the main thing I do that encourages people to stop following and commenting who don't like what I do is I mention that every single comment, even dislikes, help YouTube show a video around. Even if lots of times the people who hate the video the most will sit there and post 20 different comments on it. Scam, this sucks, I hate it. And guess what? Those exact comments help other people see it. Now, how ridiculous is that? Would you think of it that way? Would you believe that when you're sitting there hating on the video, you are literally helping me to get more people to watch it? So I never ban anyone from the chat. I don't care what is said. I don't ban anyone from the chat. I don't ban anyone from the comments, because every comment helps YouTube to see, oh my God, this is a really good video. Look, people are going crazy about it. So I encourage all comments, even if they are on the negative and what you might call negative. Really, every comment is helpful. iOS in-app review asks, which exchange has lower transaction fees? I think the transaction fees are really good on Bitrex. I don't even notice the transaction fees, because if you've only got a small amount, the transaction fees are still about the same, though. Bitrex's are pretty low. The problem is, the smaller amount you have, your relative transaction fees are significantly higher. So if you've, say, got $10 or $20 and you want to make a deposit or a withdrawal, you'll end up, deposits on Bitrex are free. Your withdrawal fee will be the same as mine. If I withdraw $2,000 and you withdraw $20, we each pay the same fee. So it's better if you've got less to just focus on doing, but the trading fees can be similar as well. So the smaller you have, the less transactions you want to make. And every transaction you make, you get a fee. So if you have a small amount, you don't want to sit there and trade back and forth a bunch. You'll literally get eaten up completely by the fees. Crypto Trading says, I kick people off my chat streams daily. Nice. I used to kick people and ban people relentlessly. I realized I banned this one guy's name was like Jesus or something from the chat. I'd be impressed if you were watching, you remember Jesus. Jesus he just went crazy in the chat. And when I banned him, a lot of people were disappointed because they liked all the crazy stuff he was saying. So I look at it, what I'm creating is mine. The chat is yours. The chat is your area to play, essentially. So if you really want someone to leave the chat who's essentially hating, just tell them that they're helping more people watch the video with every single comment they make. And that usually gets people to leave pretty quickly once they realize their comments are actually helping more people see the video. And then Worthless says, moron, dislikes don't help YouTube videos anymore. That might be true. And if it is, that's fine, because it helps me. The communication is useful for me. I like when, for example, I did a recent video asking about whether I should buy a new camera or not. So for how much the new camera was, like $2,000. I got 41 dislikes and 23 likes on the video. So to me, that's pretty clear communication. Don't fool around and waste $2,000 on a new camera. So I'm very grateful for the dislikes I get, because when I do my best work, essentially, then I tend to not get as many dislikes on the video. So I pay attention to the dislikes. If I get a lot of dislikes on a video, I try and use that to modify my approach for future videos. So even if technically the dislikes don't help the initial video get seen, the dislikes sometimes motivate people to leave likes. If there's a video that's got 100 likes and no dislikes, it's not very motivating. But sometimes if it's got like 200 likes and 150 dislikes, it's more motivating to like that video to help the ratio get up there. So I look at it, all the feedback I receive is helpful. Is Ant Shares a good choice? I don't know. I don't know if Ant Shares is a good choice or not. Right now it's had a ton of trading activity. I think I actually bought some Ant Shares. Nope, I did not buy any Ant Shares. I bought a couple of coins doing some tutorial just to show them, and then I sold them right away. So nope, I've never bought any Ant Shares. I have no idea whether this is a good deal or not, because the main way I evaluate whether something's a good deal or not is if I want to participate in the community. So if you are really enthusiastic and want to be a member of the Ant Shares community, then yes, it might be a good buy. But if you just want to try and make a profit on Ant Shares, I don't know if it's a good buy or not, because the prices went up and down quite a bit. It's relatively new. As you can see, it hasn't been around, and the price is blown up from what it was before. So, I mean, what if the price goes back down to essentially a tenth of where it was before? Is it a good investment then? I don't know. So, there's my thought. Hope Gargon says, will you ever come to Alabama? I'm planning to do an event live in Florida. So I've got on my Steem profile, I've got a Steamfest link. So if you'd like to come to any of my events, there's two ways I'll do my events. So if you want to see me in person, I'm planning to have a live event in Florida in 2017. I'm not planning to charge anything for the event either. You can just come to it for free, although whatever venue we have it at, there may be a fee associated with that. So for example, if we go to like Busch Gardens or something, you might have to pay to get into Busch Gardens. I'm planning on having an event in Florida, in St. Petersburg metro, Tampa metro area in August 2017. I'm also, if you're on the University of Jerry Banfield, what I'm planning to do is post a new course every time I'm going to have an event. So if you want to go to the event, you essentially have to enroll in that course. And I'm also planning to post a course that will explain, if you're in the St. Petersburg, Tampa, Florida area, how to essentially ask me for a private lunch if you happen to be in town. So what I'm going to do is just post courses with my new events. So if you'd like to get notified of those, you can just sign up on the website. I will post notifications for free. But if you want to actually go to it, there's the best two options are, I've got an all courses for life bundle. So if you buy the all courses for life bundle, you get into everything I ever make, all my courses or any potential events or whatever. All that you just pay, well, you just pay $297 today, and that gets you all the courses I make for life. Or if you want a lower cost, you can pay $27 a month and you can get access to all the courses on my website. So that's how I'm planning on doing events, and I hope explaining that's useful for you. What software do you use to cut the background out? Well, I've got an entire course showing how I do that, and I can briefly look at the software too. Somewhere the course is on here. So the newest course I have on this is called Podcast and Vlog Live on YouTube and Facebook. And the software I've got's linked on my resources page. I've also got a link straight to the software over here on the page. The software is called Wirecast. So Wirecast is what I use to blend the green screen out. As you can see, this is the real background I'm working on right now with much better lighting if I don't use the chroma key. So this is the real deal right here. Just an ordinary guy with his bed behind him with a screen, and then look, it looks extraordinary now. I took the green screen out. Are you only interested in Steem It? Yes, Steem It is. I've got about 130,000 of a initial coin offering from a friend. 130,000 of that coin, and I think it's called the Superior coin. However, I don't think it's listed. It's not listed anywhere yet, and it's still in the pre-sale stage. So it's at thesuperiorcoin.com. That's the one other coin I have some of, but I'm not actually doing anything with that right now. So I think it also has a good community. So this is the one other coin I have something in. And I've been using Litecoin to make transactions as well. So this is the one other coin that I have invested some in. I believe I put $1,000 into it, and when the price was less than 1 cent on the pre-sale. So I've got 130,000 of that coin right now. I think this coin has potential to go over 10 cents. The pre-sale is at 3 cents right now, and it's at thesuperiorcoin.com. And that's the one other coin I have because it seems like it has a great community already behind it. It's by the founder of Crowdify Club. So as you can see, there's a link for that. So if you want to know more about that, you can go to thesuperiorcoin.com. That's the one other coin I have. But yes, other than that, I am all in on Steem. And so out of proportionately, if you want, like, you know, if you want it in cooking terms, like how much are you in on Steem versus other things? Steem, I'm 99% in on Steem, and then I'm 1% in on the Superior coin. Everything else I simply transact in. So Litecoin, I just transact in Litecoin. I don't hold any Litecoin, but currently I'm transacting in Litecoin on Coinbase because of the Ethereum network and Bitcoin network delays and fees. So delays on Ethereum because of on Coinbase right now there's this error. So I am not doing anything with Ethereum until they fix that up. I'm using Litecoin to withdraw from Bitrex right now. So that's the totality of what I'm doing. what is happening with Thinkific? So what I'm doing on Thinkific, I've got my video courses. I am putting my video courses up as often as I can. I've put out, in the last month, I put like 2 or 3 new courses out. So in addition to doing Steem It, I also do video courses. Video courses is the main thing I've done online in the last 3 years. So Steem It is becoming my full-time priority, but I'm also still getting all my video courses up on Thinkific on my university. And I'm also trying to film at least 1 new course a month to put up on Thinkific. Dean says it's definitely not a scam. Don't let the fools ruin your today. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate the constructive criticism I got. I've got a lot of constructive criticism in the Steem community from my cryptocurrency mining opportunity course. And I told them, that's valid. You're welcome to criticize it. It's a free country. You're welcome. I don't have the courage to criticize lots of times. I care so much about not offending people and being liked and having the most views that I often won't criticize, which we need criticism, because if someone's doing something that doesn't work, that hurts us, lots of times we need that criticism to be able to change. So it's challenging for me to offer others criticism. I tend to, even with the cryptocurrencies, you can see instead of going and criticizing any particular currency, I tend to just avoid mentioning it. Like, instead of trying to tear it apart and show how much it sucks because I had a bad experience with it after having a good experience with it, instead of doing that, I just don't mention it. So it's helpful. Criticism can be very helpful, but everything's best in moderation. PC Baxter says Litecoin 5x by 2018, good investment. Yes, there are other cryptocurrencies who claim to be really fast, when the fact is, if you test Litecoin against them, Litecoin goes just as fast. Litecoin might be a really good investment based on my activity with it. So over the past month, I've been using Litecoin to make transactions. So that potentially could mean Litecoin's a very good investment going forward, because I'm actually making transactions with it today instead of Ethereum or instead of Bitcoin. So that to me is a really good opportunity. Litecoin just got recently added to Bitstamp also, making it the third that Bitstamp is added after Ripple and Bitcoin. Thank you. Rahel said, please say something about ICOs. I've been meaning to mention that. Thank you for bringing that up. ICOs to me are a big gamble. You might win big on an ICO. You might lose huge on an ICO as well. The challenge is with ICOs today, an ICO is an initial coin offering. It's the barrier to entry to making new cryptocurrency is really low. You can basically, for example, Superior Coin states that it's a copy of Monero. So to set up Superior Coin, they copied the existing code for Monero, bought their own computers to start mining it on, and are launching their own coin. Long story short, it's very easy to launch a new coin today. It's a very potentially profitable opportunity because you don't have to do much in order to get people to buy in. In other words, you can just talk about how exciting it is, put it out there, and you have potential to make lots of money on it. Therefore, for entrepreneurs, making a new initial coin offering is very tempting. For buyers, I think getting involved with an initial coin offering you're not interested in being in on the long term is a huge risk. For example, if you just are trying to make money off of something, is it my imagination or did this Ethereum price go up significantly while I was doing this? I feel like it was like $10 or $20 lower a minute ago. It probably did. For example, if you're considering, like I just mentioned, Superior Coin, if you're thinking that might be a cool one to buy into, if you're not interested in participating in the community and you just want to make money off it, it's probably not a good opportunity, because even if it does make money, you're still taking all the risk. Meanwhile, you're not actively contributing to any of the real value of it going up. So what I hope with my involvement with Steem, I hope that all I'm doing with Steem contributes to the value of it going up. You see, then all I need to do is essentially invest and then keep working on raising the value, and I'm essentially making my own investment go up. So I think an initial coin offering just to buy and try and make money off it is a horrible idea. I think if you're really excited about an initial coin offering and you want to be involved with it and you find a way to get involved, for example, become a developer for it or do the marketing for it or manage the forums or whatever it is you're able to do, promote it, talk about it. I think if you can do that with an initial coin offering, then it can be an amazing opportunity. And I think that could be an investment of a lifetime, to pick an initial coin offering you love, to go all in, to offer your service, to be one of the founding community members. You might be able to get a huge profit. Like the Superior coin, the reason I don't put a lot more time and energy into that is because I'm putting time and energy into Steem. I already have enough to do with Steem, and I'm getting a very good reward from the community, both in positive feedback and in money. Now, if I put everything into the Superior coin and I bought it for less than 1 cent each, and then someday it's worth $1, I mean, you're looking at 100 times potential profit. And I essentially, if I went all in on it, could help make that happen. I can't do anything by myself, but I could help make that happen, as I'm hoping to help with the Steem price combined with everyone else's efforts on it. So I think ICOs can be outstanding if you want to really participate in the community. But just to try and make money on, I think they're really risky, because some I've looked at a lot of the data in buying different currencies on Bitrex and, well, Poloniex originally. And what you see is a lot of ICOs come out. Like, I think Zcash came out at 2 Bitcoin for 1 Zcash. Let's just take a look at that and see how accurate my memory is. Zcash. Let's look at the Zcash price on this. I'll take a look at the 1 day on it. Now, here's why ICOs can be a really, really, really bad idea sometimes. Where's this? How do I look at? All right, so we'll just go. We're gonna go look at this price here. So let's take a look at this. So if you were really excited about Zcash, according to the Bitrex data, the price was almost, it was the high, 201 Bitcoin for 1 Zcash. Now 200, that's, do the math on that. At the time it was like 1,000. You're looking like $20,000 for 1 Zcash. So if you'd gotten really excited and bought in, well, guess what? The next day, all of a sudden, not so hot. The next day it's down to 20 Zcash. So it goes down 90% in the first day. The next day it proceeds to go down 90% more. It proceeds to go up a little bit initially, but so if you look at the beginning, the prices get just crazy high. So let's see if I can. So then Zcash initially is trading for several Bitcoin. So even in the first week or two, it was so hyped up, it got down to around a Bitcoin. But now let's take a look at today. So let's see how Zcash is doing a few months later. Well, as you'll notice, Zcash today is worth 0.1 of a Bitcoin. It was at 200 Bitcoin. It's now worth 0.1. So if you bought 1 Zcash for $20,000, maybe I can whip the calculator out. So if you got really excited about the initial Zcash offering and you'd put $20,000 into it, you'd paid 1 Bitcoin for it, and you went to sell it today. What is the Bitcoin price? I'll tab over here. How much is a Bitcoin? So you'd have 0.11 of a Bitcoin. So you'd have 0.11 times 247. So if you'd initially been really excited and bought into Zcash right away for $20,000, you would now have $271 today. Divided by 20,000, that is 1.3% of your initial investment. You would have lost 98.7% of your initial investment so far in Zcash. So that's the downside on initial coin offerings. Initial coin offerings could be a 99% loss relatively easy in a relatively short period of time if there's too much hype and excitement about it. So if you're going to buy an initial coin offering that's got a lot of hype and excitement about it, in my mind, you're taking a gigantic risk if you're not willing to participate in the community and hold it for the long term. So if you'd got in on the Zcash hype right away, even if you'd bought in at 0.3, even if you'd bought in after the first week or so, you'd still be way down. And if you think Zcash is a really good buy now, it is really cheap compared to what it's been. It's up some, but still, it's pretty cheap compared to what it's been for most of the history. Malik says, can you give us your feedback on Monero? I really like Monero for, if my limited understanding, Monero is one of the top choices for at least one leading black market or torrent or whatever you call it. I don't get into all that stuff, so I don't know. Monero is one of the top choices for illegal things as far as I know online in terms of an altcoin. That I think is really good for it in the short term because of increasing demand. My limited understanding of Monero, it allows for anonymous transactions built in. So unlike other currencies where you have to go through an annoying process to make the process anonymous, I believe Monero has built-in anonymity, making it an ideal choice if you want to launder money, buy drugs, etc. From my limited understanding, Monero is very good for that, which means in the short term, it's likely to go up. One of the reasons Bitcoin is so high is because it's been used a lot for gambling and illegal services. With altcoins like Monero, why would you want to fool around with Bitcoin when you could just use Monero effortlessly to cover your tracks? The one big downside of this is, and if I was just going to invest in something free for all for fun, I'd probably bet on Monero because it seems like for the price and the amount available, it might have the best potential to go to 100. It might have the best potential to go up a lot. Well, I think especially a couple of these in the top 10 are way overvalued, have almost no true value, and are going to plummet like a rock. I think Monero might have a good shot to go up. Now, yes, Dash does have limited anonymity. You have to actually send out all your money to the masternodes. It's not instantaneous. So if you decide in your Dash wallet you want anonymity, you can't just instantly make an anonymous transaction. Also, you have to send the transactions. If you don't send the transactions properly, they can still be tracked. For example, if you send the transaction to another wallet, that user's wallet gets compromised and discovered by some law enforcement. If you didn't send every single transaction anonymously, if you ever sent one transaction that wasn't anonymous, all your anonymous transactions to that wallet could then be tracked by bringing the one that wasn't. So I think some of these like Monero that offer better anonymity have good potential. The one problem is if the big illegal marketplaces get taken down by law enforcement, a lot of Monero could get confiscated, which could then lead to a huge price plummet, or it could even lead to a price increase. So I don't know anything. I've told you everything I know about Monero at this point. I don't know anything about Digibyte. I think Zcash has some good anonymity features, but I don't know about anything about that. Thank you very much, Dean, for watching on Facebook. And I'm not sure what Facebook just gave me a weird error. Interesting. So now I can't view any more of my Facebook comments. I'll have to reload the page. How about Ripple and the banks cooperating? I think it's outstanding that Ripple's cooperating with banks and helping to make bank transactions better. I think that's one of the best sales pitches for Ripple in the sense that Ripple, with having the adoption by the banks, has some really good backing, and ultimately a cryptocurrency, a big part of its value is the backing it has. So with Ripple having the backing of banks, that's really good. The one downside is banks don't tend to move fast. Banks tend to move really slow on things. So as you can see, the Ripple price got hyped up. It was over 30 cents at one point, and banks don't go fast. It might take years for a significant amount of banks to start actually using Ripple. In the meantime, the Ripple price might slowly go down and down and down and down. Plus, they have a lot more Ripple they can release, from my limited understanding. That could plummet the Ripple price as well. To me, Ripple's got a very good future, but in the short term, it's kind of risky. New economy movement is one I am most interested in learning more about because of some of the features I've heard about. And out of these top coins, New Economy Movement has a lot of excitement that's consistently shared about everywhere, and it seems like it has a good community, so I'm interested in New Economy Movement. I saw a question about how to increase your reputation on Steem. I think one of the key things to do on Steem is to make things that are really helpful, and especially to build relationships with other people, to figure out how to specifically help one, especially if you can get a Steem whale to upvote your posts. I'm grateful there's a few of the top Steem account holders that have consistently liked my posts, and I essentially try and write things for them that they will like, that they will find. Because think about it this way: if someone's holding $1 million of Steem and I write something that helps people use Steem, that helps raise the price of Steem, then I'm doing my part to raise the value of all their accounts and their investments. So I try and write things that are very useful both to new users on Steem and to the existing users who have a lot invested. And one simple way to increase your reputation is just to comment on posts. Especially if you don't have any following, just commenting on posts will help you build new relationships and get a new following. And I try and go through my comments and upvote as many comments as I can. Now, one of the best strategies if you want to earn a bit of money is get to know who the Steem whales are and start commenting and following their posts. There are a few Steem whales, in other words, Steem accounts with a lot of money, who don't have that big of a following. Find them. You can go to steamwhales.com, find them, and watch their posts, follow them, see what kinds of things they share, comment on their posts. There are a few Steem whales that will give you $10 or $20 for making a comment on their posts. And the more Steem power you get, the more you can vote your own posts up. One of the best things that'll increase your reputation, though, is writing posts that really help you. I wrote this post today, Top 10 Cryptocurrency Questions and Answers. This was my attempt to write something that's useful, helpful for the community. And I'm grateful. I am shocked. I think I'm shocked it's already made almost $1,000 because I just put it out 2 hours ago. And what I've tried to do is put something out that's really helpful. And I've then went through that in this video. So you can see I've written a long, in-depth post with tons of questions, tons of help. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have any following, you might write a post like that and you might not get hardly any upvotes on it. Then it's a matter of asking. You can come on, lots of people have came on my posts and they go in the comments because you can link your own posts in the comments. So lots of people have linked their own posts in the comments. They've linked their own posts in the comments and say, Jerry, would you please look at this post and upvote it? And lots of times I've done that. So it's important on Steem, if you want to raise your reputation, to build relationships with other users, especially the top 1,000 Steem whales. Get to know the people who have the most voting power, because I can single-handedly vote you up $5, $10, $15, $20 on your post. And if you write posts that are really helpful for me and I upvote you, then you get a good increase in your reputation. The problem is I've got so many followers and comments that I can't even respond to everyone. I spend hours every day on Steemit, but I can't even get to everyone. So one of the best things to do is find people who are influential in the community who don't have that many followers that you can do a really good job for. I saw one of my followers posted a fiction story, and one of the top Steemit users liked it. That one, on most of his posts, he'd only earned a few cents. On the one post he made, he earned $300 just by posting a fiction story he enjoyed, which then got the post on the trending page, which then got him a lot more votes and followers. So to me, if you try and write posts that solve painful problems that are really helpful, and this generally applies to YouTube videos, it applies to about anything else. If you help other people will help you back. My whole business is based on providing the most help to the most people with the least resistance. So I hope that is an effective answer. Joel asks, is proof of work or proof of stake better? I like the Steemit system has delegated proof of stake. Proof of work mining is extremely wasteful, and a lot of the top cryptocurrencies have proof of work mining. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum is switching to proof of stake, but actually proof of stake, without having it delegated, promotes lots of waste and discourages average users from being able to participate. So proof of work and proof of stake both have their downsides. Proof of work mining was eliminated from Steem because it was such a pain. So I think proof of stake is a lot better system. I think Pivx has proof of stake built into it. And Steem is now based on delegated proof of stake, meaning a small amount of users called witnesses are delegated and essentially voted on and trusted by the community to do all the mining. I'm in the process right now of becoming a Steem witness myself. I've rented the servers. All I need to do is set them up and launch my campaign. So I think proof of stake, especially delegated proof of stake, is way better for the environment. If it's not delegated, you're still encouraging big levels of competition among the top stakeholders, but then you also don't allow people to mine or participate that much if they have a very small stake, which that seems like it's good for the environment as well, but it makes it harder for an average person to just participate. Jay says fiction stories are doing amazing on Steem, and I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing as well. What I love about Steemit is it gives the average person a chance to earn money just sharing. Whereas if you try and get your fiction book published, I've got 16 books on Amazon, and I think they make $50 or $100 a month. And they're like technical, helpful books. It's almost impossible to get anyone to read and make money off a fiction story unless it's on Steemit. So I think Steemit's an outstanding place. If you've got something fun you want to write, you've got a book idea stuck in your head that you've been wanting to get out, would you try and post it on Steemit? Because you've got a good chance, even if one top stakeholder likes it. And you can even ask in a comment that top stakeholder to read it. Or if the community likes it, you've got a good chance to actually make some money off your fiction story idea. And then you can just continually write and write and write. And even if you only earn a few dollars, that's more than you'd get anywhere else. And I think we've been going about an hour and 40 minutes. And Suit says enough about Steemit. I have talked about Steemit a lot. And for better or worse, I've also talked about most of what I know about the other cryptocurrencies as well. So I think it's about time to wrap this up. My daughter's taking a nap now too, so it'd be good to be quiet for that as well. So I appreciate you watching this, especially like Crypto Corey has watched all the way from the beginning. And I've seen lots of shares from Jay. I'll try and thank some of you guys. If you want a shout out at the end of the video here, would you please comment, and I'll try and thank you for watching as I depart here, and then I'll sign off. Do I have a witness post yet on technical details? No. I'm planning to make a course and a post on it when I get it set up. Thank you, Rockability, Andre, Mahadi, Malik Trader, New Freedom, Hiddy, Joel, Ian, Mrs. Lou, David, Jay, and another Jay, The Source, Anna, Peanut Butter Jelly Time, Chill with Ron, Danny B's Gaming, Hiddy FRMRZ, thank you for watching. Ziobus, PJ, Bird, thank you very much for watching. Alejandro Valencia, thank you for watching. Steam-backed dollars are essentially pegged to be worth $1 of Steem. So they're kind of like a, if you're familiar with US dollar tether, they're kind of like a US dollar tether specifically for Steem. They have got speculated up to over $1 though. I thank you, Adnan, for watching again. Mahadi, Rima, Terry, Rebecca, it looks like 3SP, Andy, Rockability, thank you very much for watching. The Market Ranger, can I pound that like a button? Crypto Corey says we love Steem. All right, well, thank you very much for watching live. You're awesome. I appreciate it. I love you. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and I'll hope to see you again soon.